Hey guys, Vegan Cyclist here. Just crushed my morning smoothie. Broccoli, chia seeds, hemp seeds, spinach, bananas, strawberries. All so good. Anyway, check it out. I wanted to talk about my transformation. My transformation from a complete meat, cheese, bread eater into an extremely fit, very healthy vegan. So I absolutely came from meat, cheese, bread. That's it. If I went to someone else's house and they were cooking a dinner and there was vegetables, I would scoop them off to the side and I'd only eat the meat. There was like a stew or a chili, I would just search for the meat. That's it. Like, why do you eat anything else other than meat? That was basically my mentality. And I was raised on fast food and bags and boxes and cans. I mean, nothing was fresh. And so, my where I came from was just a very typical American style diet. And so I am proof that you can change, that anyone can make the conscious decision to change their life for the better. So where I started my journey is basically deciding I need to be more physically fit, right? I came from a time where I was eating fast food 3 times a day with no physical exercise at all. I saw a picture of myself. I said, holy smokes, that can't be me. When I look in the mirror, I see like a Greek god. I'm just like, oh yeah, I look so good. And then I see a picture of me. I'm like, what's wrong? Like this Photoshop or something? What's going on? The first thing I did was decide to get a little more physical fit, a little more activity in my life. So I took up jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and that got me kind of being more aware of my body and what I'm doing to my body. Because once you start doing a little bit of exercise, it's difficult because once you do the exercise and then you go eat fast food, you feel like all that pain and all that work you did is gone away, right? You're not getting any gains from it. And that's what you want. You want your brain to start saying, well, what are my goals? My goals are to be healthier. Well, so I don't want to eat this fast food. I want to do something else for my body. I don't want to lose what I just did. After a little while, that wasn't enough. I wanted to be lighter, stronger, faster. And I knew that I had to cut out fast food. Everyone that I saw that had the physical body type that I wanted, I asked them. I see someone with a 6-pack at the lake and go, dude, what do you do? Don't eat fast food. All right, I'm going to do that. So fast food is an addiction, a full-on addiction. And so it's not like, well, just stop. Like everyone says, hey, you don't eat that crap. But it's not like that. You can't just stop cold turkey. It's extremely hard. And so everyone's going to be a little bit different. But for me, this is what I did. And this is what worked. I had a bunch of friends over and we got drunk, plastered, right? Vodka, the whole thing. And once you're in that state, what do you want to do? You want to go to Taco Bell and just crush like 8 tacos and you just, you don't care. You're just going to go in a frenzy. Well, so all my friends go and get fast food and they bring it back to the house. And there's all sorts of stuff. There's Carl's Jr., McDonald's, Taco Bell. And I sit down in front of it and I start smelling it. And I start looking at it. And I start envisioning myself eating all this. But I don't eat it. And it was extremely hard. I mean, I can't express to you how much my body just said, dude, forget it. Don't do this. You want this. And it's like, oh my God, this is a full-on addiction. I am completely addicted. My body is like almost having physical, convulsions to eat this. But I didn't do it. And just sitting there and watching everyone eating it, envisioning myself eating it, and making the choice to not was how I conquered that. And the next morning, I didn't want to eat fast food. I knew that I won that battle, and I was never going to go back there again. Once I cut fast food out, the weight definitely started to come off. But I was still eating a ton of meat and cheese and yogurt and dairy. I mean, it just all the other food was still there, but I definitely cut out fast food. So step one was to get a little bit more physical fit by adding in some activity. And that may be running or going to the gym. I chose jiu-jitsu, anything to get you to think about your body. Step two, cut out fast food, cut out soda, cut out the absolute stuff that is just destroying your body. But then so my mentality was still that food was not health, right? I mean, I know fast food was bad. I think everyone kind of knows that. But if I went to a nice steakhouse and cut into a big prime rib, I thought I was eating healthy. It's like, oh yeah, I'm eating a really nice steak. I'm great. Come on, you know what I mean? Like you're not eating great. Like I'm not eating vegetables really. I'm not eating a lot of fresh fruit. Nothing I'm eating is raw. Everything I'm eating is cooked. And it takes a toll on your body. And so after a couple years, I started to get to a point where I wanted to lose more weight. I wanted to be thinner, lighter, and faster for jiu-jitsu, right? That was my goal. Get faster, get better. And so I started incorporating more salads. And I think I was like 24 at the time. And it was the first salad I had ever eaten, ever, my entire life. 24 years, I start eating salads. Okay. And that little change, like let's just incorporate some salads, even though it's, doesn't seem like a big deal, it was a big deal. Because then now that's a part of my diet. And then like a year later, I'm not going to eat red meat anymore. I'm just going to eat fish and chicken and turkey and that sort of thing. And so that was another big step. I cut out red meat. Then I started to add more vegetables. I started to eat more fruit. I started to eat healthier breakfasts. I started to be more active. So my activity level went up. My horrible food intake went down. And my life started to feel better. Started to feel like I had more control. I then got a bicycle to cross-train for jiu-jitsu. So I wanted to up my cardio a little bit for jiu-jitsu. So I got this bike and I started riding, and I kind of just lost it from there. I totally fell into cycling head over heels in about 2010 and just absolutely loved the sport. And being in cycling, that is all fitness, right? That's the whole point of that. That sport is fitness, right? When I started to compete, I wanted to be better. And what was to be better, but to be more fit. So when I started to train harder and ride more, I started to do some research on recovery, and everything was just pointing to diet. You need to have a better diet. So then I moved up into the mountains, and there's something about being up in nature that just completely changes your view on life. And no longer am I in this city where there's just every freaking block, everywhere you go, there's temptations, there's lights, eat this, don't eat that, come eat, convenience. Up here, it's not like that. So I started growing a garden. I started realizing what it takes for food. You're right. I mean, what does it actually take to create food? And it blows your mind how difficult it is just to get one strawberry. You take it for granted when you go to the store and there's just a box of strawberries and you shove them in your face and blah. But now I started to appreciate food. And then we started cooking every single meal. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. My wife, my son, our family, we huddled around the kitchen. That's where we came together. And the appreciation we had for food went through the roof. Everything we were putting into our bodies, we were aware of. We were touching, we were smelling, we were researching, right? And so it's just these little steps. And then, we were to the point where we're only eating one piece of protein, one piece of meat a day, right? So for dinner, we'd either have some salmon, some chicken, some turkey. That's kind of what we were doing for a little while. And then we got little baby chicks. And the plan was to eat their eggs and eventually eat them. And, holding a baby chick in your hand is something that, I don't know, it changed me a little bit. I mean, like literally like that. I was a meat eater. I was supporting the eating of meat to within 1 second, I was vegan. And I was never going to touch dairy again. I was never going to touch meat again. I was no more animal products. And it's not necessarily for that it's humane. I mean, I do support that. I don't want, to support those industries, but it's all for health. For me, it's for health. And I want to live longer. I want to live a better life. And I'm telling you that in the time that I've been vegan, it's only been, when this video is made, it's only been probably 3 months. I absolutely feel amazing. Every bit of my life feels more amazing. I am doing more yoga. I'm doing breathing exercises. I'm now like a fully spiritual person. It's totally crazy. But what has brought spirituality to my life is food and life and understanding just this whole crazy world we're on and what we're doing to ourselves and what we're doing to our planet. And I know that sounds super hippie-ish, and I know that's weird, and I know just a couple years ago, I would look at me and I would say, dude, that dude's weird. Why is he riding in spandex? Like, that's so gay. Oh, he doesn't want to eat animals. But man, if you just see the other side, if you just see the other light, because I know both sides. I've been on both sides now, and I'm telling you that the vegan, healthy, fit life is a immensely better life. So, guys, thanks so much for watching. I know this is kind of a long video, but I really wanted to share my journey and that I've not always been skinny. I've not always been fit. I've always been fat and out of shape. That's where I'm coming from. So anyone can do it. It's difficult. I know when some people they're at the bottom of the mountain and they're looking at the top of Everest and they're going, that's too big. I can't climb that. I'm not going to do it. So they never start. But don't look at the top. Don't look at the pinnacle. Just look one step in front of you and just take one step. Then you're going to take another, and then you're going to take another, and the next thing you know, you will be at the top step looking down and wanting to help people up here as well. And whatever you need to do to find some kind of fitness or activity, that helps you stay on track and keep nourished, then do it. For me, it was cycling and jiu-jitsu. For you, it could be anything. It could be rock climbing, tennis, whatever the case may be. But let's get healthy. Let's eat fresh. Take it easy.